One of our biggest fears as we get older is not being able to remember, and then being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease or another type of dementia. But did you know that what you think is dementia just might be something different? Dr. Rosemary Laird with ClinCloud is here to explain what other medical conditions have similar symptoms as dementia. And Dr. Laird, thank you for being here. What a timely subject, because I had no idea, and we're going to get into the details, how many different conditions really mimic those hallmark symptoms of dementia. So what are some of those symptoms?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Carol. There's a lot that can mimic, and I think as soon as we hear dementia, we go right to memory loss. And that is a big part of it, but that's not the whole story. So I like what you asked. What are the hallmark symptoms, things people should be watching for? And dementia itself is a collection of symptoms, really. But the hallmarks are three. Number one, it's a change in your ability to think, the way you used to think. So change is key. It's got to be significant and permanent change in your ability to think. Second, it happens slowly and progressively over time. This is not something that happened last night and abruptly started. Third, it impacts your ability to function. So it can't be just a nuisance or an embarrassment like a senior moment. It's got to be something that's a significant and permanent change from your ability to think, gets worse over time, causes you not to be able to function. That's what we're so concerned about.
And so it is a whole different thing. And you're right, I think a lot of times, all of a sudden, I can't remember someone's name, or I can't remember why I walked into the kitchen, and you immediately go to that diagnosis.
Right.
So we're going to go over some of these. I was absolutely amazed. You gave me a list of conditions that mimic those same symptoms, something like a urinary tract infection.
So that's a really good one, because the problem with understanding dementia is that a lot of things mimic, like you just said. The urinary tract infection connection is that can cause trouble overnight. That creates a syndrome called delirium. And delirium is often confused with dementia, but it's an abrupt change. Go back to our hallmarks. It's not long, it's not chronic and progressive over a long period of time. And when I say that, I mean months and years, not just days or even a week. So delirium is a big reason some people get confused by, I have dementia, when delirium usually resolves. When the urinary tract infection gets treated with antibiotics, away go the trouble with thinking, away go those symptoms.
And I would imagine that's with a lot of things, like, maybe you get a change in medications.
So medications is a big area. We could do a whole day on the list of medications that potentially can create problems with your thinking. So my recommendation there is to talk to your individual physician or provider. If you've been started on a medication and you're feeling like you're having some cognitive changes, again, that's an abrupt thing, right? You start the medicine, you have the change. That's not dementia, but that could be a symptom that would be very distressing that you want to find out about.
And you're mentioning, these things that they're abrupt, something probably like having a stroke would
sure, having a
that.
Stroke or even a transient ischemic attack, the TIA, those sorts of things can come about and have cognitive or thinking symptoms, but again, those should resolve. So there's even some other areas, if I can, things like brain tumors can create problems with thinking, that an evaluation needs to uncover that.
Sure, and it's also something, we mentioned something like hearing loss. You may think your loved one is all of a sudden not paying attention, or they're having some sort of cognitive difficulty, and it's simple that they can't hear you.
Right. So one of the challenges with this kind of illness is it gets more common as we age. Well, other things get more common as we age, hearing loss being one, even vision loss. Anytime you lose one of the senses, you're going to be less able to participate in life like you normally did. And you're right, you can look very confused. If you can't hear the details of the conversation or what someone's asking you, you may answer the completely wrong question and look quite confused.
This is so important, and we always encourage folks, don't go to the internet and take those self-evaluation things.
No.
Go to a professional agency, a professional person that can do that evaluation. We really encourage that.
Right. My beef with the internet is that it's precisely what you just said. It's out there for everyone. It's not individualized to you. And I mentioned change is a big part of this diagnosis. Well, that change has to be what's happening to you. And so being able to tell how you've changed, you know, no internet resource is going to help you with that. Get someone locally who can help you.
And Dr. Laird, I had no idea so many health conditions had similar symptoms as dementia. So if you've learned one thing today, it's what you think might be dementia just might be something else. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.